Intro. How to use the quantum field? That is the question for this book. Mystics have talked about this for thousands of years. Lo and behold, the kingdom of heaven exists within. All the great religions talk about the inner kingdom. The Taoists have the following saying: the Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao. The name that can be named is not the eternal name. The nameless is the beginning of heaven and earth. The name is the mother of 10,000 things. Ever desireless, one can see the mystery. Ever desiring, one can see the manifestations. These two spring from the same source, but differ in name. This appears as darkness, darkness within darkness, the gate to all mystery. Modern-day scientists call this the quantum field. Einstein talked about this over 100 years ago, yet our day-to-day life really hasn't changed much. Quantum field is a multi-dimensional energy which exists in all dimensions. We don't have any instruments to detect it yet. Scientists know that it exists. I'm not kidding when I say you are the universe. You just don't know it. It's been there all the time. It's been there all the time. What are you talking about? What's been there all the time? You are the universe. You just don't know it. There are about 7 octillion atoms in your body. All are billions of years old. At the deepest level, you are the universe in human form. Wow! Isn't that incredible? On top of that, you are hardwired to discover your true nature. The signposts of God are all around you and inside of you. Yet we are talking on our phone while driving down the freeway of life. The greatest miracle of life is keeping you alive. You are magnificent. Every single cell of your body is custom designed by God. You are infinite. Your body will someday die, yet your true essence will go on forever. You have the opportunity to discover your true nature. Behind your breath lies the answer. What is keeping you alive? All the great masters have said to be aware of the essence of your breath. Behind your breath lies your true nature. Infinite kindness, love, and compassion. This is the water that will put out the bonfires of anger and hatred upon this land. The sun is appearing on the horizon. Mankind is waking up from his slumber. We are going from darkness to light. Darkness has nowhere to hide. Discover your true nature. It's been there all the time. Ponder this over. It's been there all the time. The greatest game is being played right between your eyes. We are on a journey going from darkness to light. We're being guided, yet nobody can take any steps for you. You see, you have free will. Yes, God is your co-pilot, but you have to open the inner door and back out your car to take a divine spin. Signposts are all around on the freeway of life. You just need to be more aware and conscious. There will never be a time where you clap your hands and say, I know it all. This book will give you helpful hints on your journey in life. mind and body. What came first, the chicken or the egg? The body and the mind are so tangled with each other. It's like a huge bundle of string. Imagine for each thought you have a series of chemical reactions gets released into your bloodstream. The Buddhists had the following saying, holding onto anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. You see, each time we get angry, a series of harmful chemicals gets released into the body. Some people are so out of sync that the faucet never gets turned off. Even if they want to, it takes time, patience, and effort. Our subconscious is driving the show. If someone says something to you that you don't like, you will automatically get angry. The anger is wired directly into your body. By the time we reach the age of 35, our body is so hardwired directly from the subconscious. It is driving the show. We are on autopilot. Habits, good and bad, are hardwired directly into our bodies. We are like leaves blowing in the wind. Each morning, we get up. We do the same thing over and over. It's like in the old days listening to a record and the album is scratched. They will play the same thing over and over and over. This is our life. Even if we want to change, we have to start to rewire our circuits consciously. In order for that to happen, one must be able to break away from a beta state to change. You see, a beta state of mind can't reach the subconscious. So if you say an affirmation to change, you can't reach the subconscious to rewire the circuits. This is where meditation comes in. A person who meditates learns over time how to connect to the quantum field. The stronger the connection you have in this field, the more capability you will have to rewire the human body. The scenarios are endless. It's up to your imagination. You have free will. The quantum field doesn't judge us, yet changing and rewiring your circuits require you to be in sync with love, kindness, patience, tolerance, and compassion. This is why it's so important to meditate. This is why it's so important to be conscious and aware in each and every moment. The wise ones in the past would monitor their thoughts and actions. If they were in a situation where the person would say something to make them angry, they would simply smile. Why put gasoline in the fire? They understood that by getting angry, they are drinking their own poison. Yet, this is difficult to do. That's why it takes constant training. We have people in office who will Twitter whatever comes to their minds. They don't know how to stop, look, and listen. To be honest, this was never taught in schools. Look at our nation today. Both sides are pissed off and can't work with one another. This is a society that is emotionally immature. In order for the world to change for the better, one must take responsibility and learn new ideas to discover their true nature. We must all ponder over the state of mind we are in. As a society, we must discover ways to become mature adults. We must help those in need. We can do this. Millions of people are waking up from their slumber. emotions. Our emotions are scattered all over the place. Most of us are reactive beings. As you probably know, by the time you're 35, your personality is usually set in stone. Your subconscious is basically running the show. The body and mind are so ingrained. Our habits are driven from our subconscious. It's like we react without being aware. Our subconscious is taken over. Yes, that's a good thing. Yet, at the same time, it creates many problems in our life. When we go through a traumatic experience in life, it creates an emotional scar in our subconscious. All of us have traumas that have occurred in our lives. Many people may ask why this guy is so angry all the time. Most of the time, it has some event that happened years ago that never got resolved. The circuits are still hardwired to that event. Humanity has been trying for years to learn how to go beyond our emotional issues. In the quantum field, there is no trauma. In the quantum field, there is no anger, hatred, and any negative emotions. We are trying to solve our emotional issues using matter over matter. By using the quantum field to heal, we're using kindness, love, and compassion to heal and transform ourselves. We are using our free will to tap into the quantum field and rewire our nervous systems and our body. Mystics have done this for thousands of years. Modern-day scientists are using the tools of the mystics and combining them with scientific instruments and protocols. These are exciting times for humanity. We are on the verge where it will be a common, everyday practice to rewire our brain towards quantum awareness. We are only moments away. Yes, it will take time, but the sun is arising. Man will soon realize the harmful effects of negative thinking and negative emotions. They will see the practical evidence of how it has put man in a downward spiral in life. We have been fighting for thousands of years. Need I say more? Humanity is stuck on the merry-go-round of life. The mystics have declared there is a way around all this mess that we have created. This is a divine video game. Once a person understands the rules and why the game was even created in the first place, the person will simply smile. We have free will. The message in this book is, you are the universe. You just don't know it. Think outside of your box. The quantum field exists everywhere, and that includes inside of you. New thought. Did you know that in each and every thought there's a chemical reaction to your thoughts? Your thoughts create who you are. They create your habits, your personality, and state of mind. Your subconscious is driving your car in life. Most of us have put the car in remote control. We aren't aware of the power that is keeping us alive. We don't realize that we have a genie within. Each and every thought we have reinforces our views on life. We are a collection of all the thoughts since we were born. We contain the blueprints of all thoughts. Our thoughts are where we stand today. It's kind of amazing. The most of mankind has forgotten the power of thoughts. We never ponder over what we think we become. We haven't put these two and two together. Personally, I think without meditation, mankind can't truly see the forest from the trees. We are so much focused externally that we don't even know about the internal world within. I really don't have to say what happens when the world at large does this. We have been fighting for thousands of years. Many people think that man's nature. Well, it is if we as a world only focuses externally. Need I say more? Did you know that meditation over time will help slow down the mind? Many people have a hard time falling asleep. It's a major problem all over the world. When the faucet of adrenaline can't be turned off and you're in a high beta state of mind, it's difficult to fall asleep. The chemical melatonin can't be released. This chemical is responsible for telling the body to fall asleep. Many people take drugs to put them to sleep. And unfortunately, the drugs will put them to sleep, yet they are extremely harmful and over time causes tremendous damage to the body. Yet, the drug industry is interested in making a profit. Meditation brings one to the awareness of the quantum field. When one meditates, one begins to tune into a field of kindness, love, and compassion. When one becomes kind, this person will have, over time, kind thoughts. Life is like a tuning fork. Whatever you think, you vibrate at that frequency. If your thoughts are anger, I can guarantee you will be in a state of anger. You will enforce your anger into your subconscious. Over time, this becomes your habit, and this becomes your personality. Many years ago, I heard the Dalai Lama would go over his entire day when he was going to sleep. He would pay attention and think how he could improve his thoughts and actions. He would ponder over and consciously progress to be a better human being. At that time, I truly didn't understand it and see why it was so important. Years later, I see it as a foundation for humans to transform. If we as a society becomes kind in all areas of life, the world at large would change for the better. So yes, meditation is the key to help transform our thoughts. When one begins to be aware and conscious of the quantum field, the mind slowly begins to transform. This is the ultimate brainwashing. You are learning how to clean the clothes of your mind. This is how true healing takes place. Because we are unconscious, we live our life that is not in harmony. Consequently, our world at large is in chaos. I remember I worked for a short time for a company that has a software program for heart surgeons. This program would guide them in certain heart procedures. I remember asking the owner of the company why the healthcare industry didn't promote preventative medicine. His answer was the American public does not want this. They expect doctors to heal them and not to take responsibility for their own health issues. This is how far off we are. A society that doesn't understand and know the quantum field is an immature society. Look at our political system. We want to build a huge wall. The quantum field builds bridges. The quantum field does not judge. The quantum field is never angry. The quantum field does not know about war, because we are totally out of touch with our true nature. This is where we stand today. New thoughts will arise when humanity becomes to embrace the quantum field. All the wisdom to solve any problem lies in that field of intelligence. You can only think based upon your emotional maturity. The universe will only show and help based upon your awareness in life. The more humanity taps into their true essence, the more our world will transform. In the future, we will see that presently humanity is at a kindergarten state of awareness. We think we are at a high level. We have all these cell phones and think we are so advanced, but we use them for texting while we are driving our cars. We think we are so advanced. Our society thinks the indigenous people aren't civilized, yet they have been in harmony with Mother Earth for thousands of years. We are sawing the branch we are sitting on, and are so smug in thinking we are superior. Our egos have led us astray. Ponder this over. You are a piece of the puzzle. New concepts. I'm sorry to say, but many people are locked into their box. Many people can only think inside of their box. Take a look at American politics today. They are in shambles. One side can't talk to the other side. Both sides say the other side is to blame. We are locked by our subconscious mind, and we do the same thing over and over again. Our concepts of who we truly are is limited. As a matter of fact, they are archaic. We are so focused externally that we have forgotten our true nature. It's like we can't see the forest from the trees. We must be open to new concepts and ideas in order for society to progress to the next level in the video game of life. Many people get stuck at a certain level in the video game and call that life. They have no idea that you can be aware and conscious of the quantum field. The sun is about ready to come up for humanity. It's been a roller coaster of a ride for thousands of years. War has been going on, it seems like an eternity. Yet, millions of people are waking up from their slumber. A new dawn is occurring for mankind. Man is slowly evolving into a kind man. When humanity understands that we are the universe, incredible transformations will occur on this planet. You see, with greater transformations come new concepts and ideas are being developed and implemented on this planet. Take, for example, kindness. Many people think that kindness is weak, yet the entire foundation of the universe is kind. Slowly, over time, kindness will manifest in all areas of life. Take a look at politics today. The way politicians campaign today is to slander their opponent. We have politicians today who mock anyone who has a different point of view. Both sides of the party only vote on the issues that support their party. When true kindness comes into the picture, people no longer will support anyone who is not kind to their opponent. They may have different points of view, yet kindness allows a person to see through the other person's eyes. Kindness leads to love and compassion. Kindness allows a person to think outside of the box. Kindness can solve any problem on earth. Every problem has a solution. If you are stuck in your belief system, you will not be open to a practical solution, even if it's staring you in the face. For example, the quantum field is all around. You are the universe. You just don't know it. Humanity must learn how to think outside of the box. We must learn how to be tolerant for all. Light is winning the battle against darkness. Darkness is the absence of light. Currently, we are seeing chaos all around the world. Darkness has nowhere to hide. New concepts and ideas are being presented all around the world. Billions of people are looking at life's problems and thinking how to solve the problem on Earth. Each one of us holds an individual piece of the puzzle. What good would a puzzle be if the entire puzzle was put together, yet your piece was missing? Ponder this over. Learn to think outside of the box. Go beyond your comfort zone in life. New wiring. Mankind is on an incredible journey. We are going from darkness to light. We are on the journey to discover our true nature. As I said, we are hardwired to find God. We have everything set in place. The car is there, sitting in our garage. God is sitting patiently in the passenger seat. All it takes for you to use your remote control and open the garage door within. You see, it's only by your will alone can you open the garage door. Nobody will open the door for you, including the one in your passenger seat. You see, the law for human being is free will. You must make the practical decision to use your will to open the door within. Well, what does this have to do with new wiring? Our subconsciousness is totally running the show. In fact, almost every action we take is automatic. We go to bed, our alarm clock goes off. We use the same hand, shut it off, and go back to bed for 5 minutes. The alarm goes off. We shut off the alarm. We stumble out of bed and go into the bathroom. We brush our teeth. We are trying to wake up. Off to the kitchen. We go to brew some coffee. It's time to head off to work, just in time for rush hour traffic. We make a few phone calls along the way. Some of us text when the cars are stopped. We make it to the office and do the same dull routines. I could go on and on. Our daily routines in life are hardwired. We party on the weekends to release stress and wake up in the morning with a hangover. Day by day, year by year, we continue this routine. Our subconsciousness picks this up and reinforces it in our everyday life. Our wiring is complete. This is our being and personality. You are a combination of all the thoughts you've ever had. Mankind is locked inside of his box. So what is this new wiring you're talking about? Imagine you are the universe. You just don't know it. What if I told you that slowly you could rewire your circuits to understand and experience your true nature? What if your true nature is part of the quantum field? It is part of the universe and God. What if I told you you are magnificent? Meditation is a way to directly rewire your circuits within. It is a way to slowly reprogram your subconscious. You are a computer program for your subconsciousness. You have the capability to totally transform and change into a butterfly. I have said this before, the mind is like a tuning fork. Whatever it focuses on, it will vibrate at that level. Meditation allows one to tap into the quantum field, which is infinite love, kindness, compassion, and tolerance. These are just a few traits. The more one meditates, these traits are rewired into our circuits and create a new wiring within. One learns to stop, look, and listen in life. Every moment a person makes a conscious decision to act and to be aware. This leads to a proactive human being instead of a reactive being whose leaves is blowing in the wind. One learns over time to be in the center of the hurricane instead of the 150 miles per hour of the winds of the mind. Our world at large is totally stressed out. Yet a person who meditates slowly learns to be in the center of the hurricane. Yes, this takes time and effort. But with the same time and effort it takes to be angry and pissed off in the world is the same time and effort it takes to be a kinder person. Everything takes time and effort. Mystics have talked about this for thousands of years, to go outside of your box. They have talked about the human body is designed to experience God within. Many people try to use affirmations to program directly to our subconscious. Only when a person learns how to dive deeper into meditation will this work. Imagine from 0 to 7 years old, everything that came before you, the good, bad, and ugly, was directly stored in your subconscious. Your brainwaves were in a theta state. From 7 on, the waking state is in beta. Your subconsciousness is totally online. Over 90% of your actions are dictated by your subconsciousness. For so many people on this planet, they are living lives that are totally stressed out. Their brainwaves are in high beta. No matter what affirmations they say, they can't rewire and reprogram their subconsciousness. Only by learning how to meditate and learning how to go into more coherent brainwave states can one learn to reprogram the subconsciousness. These are exciting times. There is a marriage between science and spirituality. Science is giving the direct evidence to help mankind discover his true nature and to discover the quantum field within. I don't know about you, but I'm blown away for the possibility for humanity to change. We are on the journey of going from darkness to light. New tools are coming our way. Just you wait and see. The more a human being embraces his true nature, one's imagination becomes larger. The universe starts to give you a different point of view on this journey of life. Ponder this over. Are we really living in the matrix and don't realize that we have been asleep? New personality. Your personality is driven by your subconscious. Over time, one cements into a subconscious all the thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Our daily habits contribute to mostly form our subconscious. In order to change and reprogram ourselves, we must become conscious and aware. We are like the snake shedding a new skin. In order to change, we must develop a new personality. This requires great courage. We're learning how to drop the old and embrace the new. Why do humans resist change? Even if they know it would be beneficial to them, we resist it. We love our comfort zone, even if it's making us miserable. Strange, isn't it? Many people would rather wallow in their misery than overcome their problems and have a better life. What kind of personality can I become? At the simplest level, how about one who is kind in all circumstances? In midst of adversity, one would simply smile. If another person would get angry at you, you would simply smile. It takes two to tango. Kindness will not participate in putting gasoline on the fire. How about learning to see through the other person's eyes? You could see his point of view. You would actually listen to what the other person is saying. Most people don't. Most people are thinking what to say next without actually listening to the other person. How about loving life? You wake up in the morning and are so excited to be alive. What a glorious day it is. You get up and meditate. You get in tune with the quantum field. Your mind, body, and soul gets filled up with love, kindness, and compassion. You are in sync with the universe. Your will is focused on love. Your mind is your friend. You have sweet thoughts throughout the day. You become a kind man. Incredible synchronicities occur daily. You love humanity. Each and every moment you're living in harmony. One loves to be in nature. Gaia, Mother of Earth, is by your side. She knows your name, then you know that. You're living once again in perfect harmony with her. Each person discovers his/her gifts to help solve the world's problems. With each problem, a solution lies. One begins to acquire incredible wisdom. This is part of your true nature. You are in harmony with the universe. Exciting times are ahead of us. We're becoming a new human. Humans learn over time to directly reprogram ourselves. We discover we are our own personal genie. In the past, our genie would work behind the scenes, and we would be oblivious to it. Mankind slowly learns that through his will, he can learn how to reprogram his life. Someday in the future, this will be taught in schools through the world. Science and religion are merging. Many new fields will open up. The higher our society advances, the more harmony will be discovered. Mankind will discover that war is obsolete. The bickering and fighting will stop when we can directly experience the thread that ties us all together. We are going from me to we. This is how the world changes when we see the unity fall. These are exciting times. The news mostly shows the chaos, yet millions of good deeds are happening all around the world. Yet it takes effort and conviction. But every time you get out of bed, it takes effort. Why not just reprogram yourself and discover your true nature? Imagine a hidden gold mine exists inside, and we search throughout the four corners of the earth to find it. One can spend lifetimes trying to discover it. It's a joke when one realizes that it's been there all the time inside of you. Mystics have been saying that for thousands of years. You're learning to become a mystic. You don't have to give up your life. In fact, you must embrace life. Ponder this over. Exciting times are ahead of us. New human. When one starts to implement new higher emotions, new thoughts, new concepts, new wiring, and new personalities, then one becomes a new human. Christ is a perfect example of that. For thousands of years, man has been fighting and has been involved in wars. It's been quite barbaric. The world still fights wars all around the world. Many people say this is man's nature. In reality, it's not. We are going on a journey from darkness to light. For thousands of years, we have been covered by different shades of darkness and light. Anger and hatred has ruled the land. Man doesn't know how to be civil, so we go to war. War is obsolete. Yet in order for war to become totally obsolete, one must transcend our emotional state of mind. Anger and hatred towards one another must not occur. Mankind is presently becoming a butterfly. We were a worm, and now millions of people all around the world are turning into a butterfly. In a matter of time, we will become butterflies. Yes, this will take time, but a new human is emerging from the ashes. The greatest transformation is slowly occurring on this planet. Science and spirituality are merging together. You see, each individual is a piece of this grand puzzle. A new human is born when we embrace God moment by moment in our daily life. It's just not the words, but a state of being. The new human will learn how to be conscious of the quantum field 24 hours a day. This new mindset will radically change the world. It will affect every single aspect of life. We will see through different eyes. Mankind will become a kind man. We'll begin to see the thread of love that ties us all together. We will become one unified mind. Yes, you will still be an individual, yet your awareness will be in a state of oneness in life. You will see that humanity is an extension of yourself. Presently, we only see me. We are going on a journey from me to we. I know. I hope this excites you. This is not a fairy tale. It may take millions of years. You see, the sun is arising. There's no doubt about that. Mankind is waking up from its slumber. I really believe that mankind can change for the better. In each and every day, people are waking up. In the past, the mystic path was out of reach for the common person. Presently, people are seeing easy and practical ways to morph and change into a brand new way of seeing life. All the mumble-jumble is taken out. This does not change the experience of the quantum field. Nothing is taken away, yet people now can practice simple techniques to directly connect to God. I feel all the help in the universe is here. By our will alone, we can ask for help in our daily life. We are not alone. Yet in order to experience this, we must open the door within. Humanity must learn how to rewire ourselves. Humanity must change and be open to greater adventures in life. We are seeing where man's present state of mind is and the consequences that occurs. Just look at the politics today. We are totally divided, yet the new human will totally transform and leave all darkness behind. You see, when one totally embraces the quantum field, darkness can't exist. Darkness is the absence of light. Someday in the future, we will look back at the present and we will say, what an incredible roller coaster ride that was. What an incredible journey. This is the greatest story ever told. We are on the verge of blowing ourselves up through nuclear war, yet we took a leap into changing ourselves. The consciousness of man knew deep down inside that we could overcome our petty differences and become united. Not every civilization ends this way. Some have totally destroyed themselves. A new dawning is occurring for mankind. Just you wait and see. You are closer than you think. Close your eyes. Focus on gratitude and love. When you feel a small sparkle of love inside of you, you are connected to the quantum field. Now, with your eyes closed, focus on kindness. When you feel yourself experiencing kindness, you are connected to the quantum field. How about peace? Concentrate on peace. When you feel peace inside of you. You are connected to the quantum field. About compassion. Concentrate on compassion. When you feel compassion inside of you, you are connected to the quantum field. You see, you are closer than you think. This is not some abstract object. This is the real you. Yet, this is just the tip of the iceberg. The more you pay attention to something, the more aware you become. The more attention you pay to your true nature, the more aware you become of it. This is just a simple fact. We think that love, kindness, and compassion get triggered by external events. These emotions are our true nature. We have just forgotten. And any time we can connect to our true selves. Meditation is the way to discover our true nature. Imagine in the beginning when you closed your eyes, it was like taking a sponge bath. Imagine in time that by practicing meditation, you can jump into the infinite ocean of love, kindness, and compassion. How would that change your outlook on life? All problems that you would have seem so insignificant. Presently, most of us are stressed out. We can hardly wait for the weekend. Yet imagine that meditation leads one from being stressed out to a place where one loves life. One wakes up every morning and is happy to be alive. When one truly begins to, moment by moment, be aware of the quantum, one's life is totally transformed. Truly, it's impossible to explain it, but we'll keep on trying. For me, signposts are all around us and inside of us. We live such a busy life that we are oblivious of it. We have all these incredible emotions that are our true nature, yet we don't realize how incredible they are. It's like we experience these emotions randomly in our life. It's like falling in love with someone. We fall in love and think that the other person is responsible for it. As easily we fall in love, we fall out of love. Thousands of people get divorced. Meditation reveals that the infinite ocean of love exists inside of you. This path reveals your true nature. This path shows you how to be a proactive being. We are not leaves blowing into the wind. We can be in the center of the hurricane. What does this mean practically? It means that we know how to live beyond a beta state of mind. What does that mean? It means you won't be totally stressed out. It means that you can laugh at life. It means your adrenaline is not out of control and can't be turned off. It means that you start to live in harmony and your health will increase. One learns to talk to the body when the body starts talking to you. There's an incredible harmony between the mind, body, and soul. Your mind becomes your friend. In our society, millions of people have addictions, and the mind causes such pain in people's lives. I believe that the world's problems can be totally solved when the world at large embraces the quantum field. All practical solutions exist inside of the field. The more humanity will embrace this field, which by the way is our true nature, the faster the world will be a better place. Isn't it amazing that man has fought for thousands of years? Many people say this is our true nature. If we were created by God, do you think this is our true nature? It doesn't make sense. Yes, this is the journey of going from darkness to light. I completely agree with that. I feel that the scientific and religious world is being merged. For the first time, common man is being shown practical tools to discover the jewels that exist inside. It doesn't matter if you believe in God or not, the essence is the same. So the next time you get totally stressed out, simply close your eyes, watch your breath, imagine peace of mind, hold on to that. This is your true nature. This is the first step of being conscious and aware of your true nature. In this manner, by experiencing even a little peace, thousands of incredible chemicals are being released in your body. Remember, each and every thought you have, either positive or destructive chemicals are being released into your body. You are your own master chemist. You are in total charge of where you're going in life. We were never taught this in school. It's so obvious, and science has proven that thoughts create chemicals which create emotions. You can't separate the mind from the body. I don't know about you, but I'm completely fascinated by this. I've been meditating for around 48 years, and I'm still a youngster learning about the mysteries of life. I am completely blown away. Mindfulness. This is the dictionary definition of mindfulness. The quality, the state of being conscious or aware of something. Their mindfulness of the wider cinematic tradition. A mental state achieved by focusing one's awareness on the present moment while calmly acknowledging and accepting one's feelings, thoughts, and body sensations, used as a therapeutic technique. I remember in the early 2000s I went to Phoenix, Arizona for a business trip. Back then, I was working for Charles Schwab. There were probably around a couple of thousand employees attending the conference. One day of the conference, they had some classes that you could choose to attend. One of them was mindfulness. To be honest, at that time, I heard of this Buddhist term, yet I never understood its meaning. It was a great lecture. I was amazed that Charles Schwab even would present this topic. Since then, mindfulness has hit the mainstream. It's kind of a buzzword right now. You see it on commercials on TV for selling products. But what is mindfulness? According to the dictionary definition, a mental state achieved by focusing one's awareness on the present moment while calmly acknowledging and accepting one's feelings, thoughts, and body sensations, used as a therapeutic technique. Let's break this down a little. A mental state achieved by focusing one's awareness on the present moment. How do you focus your awareness on the present moment? What is the present moment? Does mankind ever truly connect to the present moment? Just think, in the quantum field, it is beyond time and space.
Past, present, and future are one. The Buddhists have been studying mindfulness for thousands of years. They have been known to tap into the quantum field for thousands of years. Mind you, they didn't call it the quantum field. They might have called it enlightenment or a state of nirvana. I remember about 15 years ago, I read this incredible Buddhist book called Crystal Clear. This book talked about the various stages of enlightenment. Now this could be a rumor. I can't prove it, but the Buddhist has some doubts of releasing this book to the public. This was utmost sacred knowledge. They decided to release it because the techniques were so simple. They involve concentrating on your breath. Mind you, this is an ancient technique used in meditating practices all around the world. But have we ever pondered what is the power behind the breath that is keeping you and the universe alive? The universe is conscious. I'm sure you think I'm a broken record when I say you are the universe. You just don't know it. But that's the truth. When a person begins to learn how to meditate on his breath, transformation starts to occur in the mind, body, and soul connection. One is tapping into the quantum field. Mindfulness is a state of bringing that inner awareness into the present state of mind. It's very subtle in the beginning. Mind you, your circuits are slowly being rewired. I often say that in the beginning, you meditate on God. At some point in time, God begins to meditate on you. You see, the more attention you put on something, the more attention is focused back to you. Mindfulness is a state of being in the quantum field, moment by moment. There are probably an infinite amount of stages of mindfulness. Let's dive deeper into this definition. A mental state achieved by focusing one's awareness on the present moment while calmly acknowledging and accepting one's feelings, thoughts, and body sensations, used as a therapeutic technique. Meditation is a stepping stone to calmly acknowledge and accepting one's feelings, thoughts, and body sensations. This is where we can truly rewire the body and mind. When one is directly connected to the quantum field, one's emotions are of bliss, love, kindness, compassion, and gratitude. There are probably an infinite amount of positive emotions which we aren't even aware of. Just think, in this state, thousands of positive chemicals are being released into your body. Moment by moment in meditation, one has the opportunity to rewire our mind-body connections to be in harmony with the quantum field. Every person on Earth is hardwired for this. In order for this to happen, we must be aware. This is what the whole book is about. Our subconsciousness is 95% running the show. No wonder we have so many problems in the world today. Mindfulness is a way out of this solution. You could say a being like the Christ or Buddha learned how to be in perfect harmony with the quantum field. Yes, they didn't call it that back then. They used different terminology. The essence is the same. This is just the tip of the iceberg on this discussion. Ponder this over. Where do these memories come from? When I was young, I was fascinated about the universe. Somehow, I knew I came from the stars. I knew
that the universe existed inside of me? Well, I grew up in Newport Beach, California. It's not a place for realizing your true essence. Back then, yoga and meditation were considered to be quite radical. It was like you were a commie. My parents had this Buddha statue and a Kuan Yin statue that I was completely fascinated about. I can't quite put it into words. Somehow, these statues conveyed to me that life is so much grander than what we know. I knew that the universe existed inside of me, yet I didn't know how to tap into it. Somehow, I knew that I'd been meditating for thousands of years. Mind you, not in a human body, but united with the quantum field. This is mankind's natural state of existence. This is where we come from. And when we die, this is where we return. Somehow, I was aware of this. Inside our DNA lies all our memories from the past, present, and future. I know that may seem absurd, yet quantum theory clearly is thinking outside of our three-dimensional box. The following is a lecture I attended in Arizona on May 7, 1987. Many of my questions were answered. It may seem unconventional, which it is, yet the quantum field is totally unconventional. You have to learn to think and act outside of the box. One learns slowly how to rewire ourselves into a state of kindness, love, and compassion. One learns how to become conscious in each and every moment. This is our true nature.
Do you love your mouth?
Yes.
Do you know why you do?
Because I love myself.
But do you know why it is so familiar to you?
No.
Are you prepared for an evenness?
Yes.
It will cause controversy within you. Well, here goes. You have not been on this planet regardless of what limited entities have given unto you in your fantasy of it, and therefore they've responded for 34,000 years. That is a truth. And this mouth directly comes from there. The whole of your cellular memory, you have been unlimited God for 34,000 years. You are likened unto a woman on the day of Yester and unto Sophia entity. Counsel with her. Take your nutrition with her on this day. It will be a great saving grace for you. You brought it here because you loved them. This is the cellular memory of 34,000 years ago. That is why the penis functions differently than others. That is why the heart is different, the breath, because it doesn't understand how the 20th century works at all. Great entity. We shall do much together, you and I. So be it. You counsel with this man. He is a great companion of yours.
For over 5,000 years, the Indians have discovered flower petal-shaped vortexes of energy lying across 7 different areas on our spinal column. These chakras are definitely directly connected to the endocrine system of glands. These chakras are responsible for distributing energy through the body.
when there is a blockage, disease will occur. In our next chapter, we will talk about the Chinese discoverer of meridians. I won't go through the specifics of each chakra. Here's a general overview of each one. The following information came from color-meanings.com. The root chakra. The Sanskrit word for this chakra is Muladhara chakra. Mul means root. The chakra colors associated with the root chakra is red. The root chakra defines our relationships to Earth. It impacts our vitality, passion, and survival instincts. The red chakra colors are also indicative of our need for logic and order, physical strength, and sexuality, as well as the fight or flight response when faced with danger. The sense of smell in the human body is connected to the root chakra. The gland to which the root chakra is affected is the gonads. The sacred chakra. The chakra colors associated with the sacral chakra is orange. This chakra relates to the water element in the human body. The chakra colors are orange, which impacts sexuality, reproductive function, joy, desire, and even creativity, compassion for others. The sense of taste is associated with the sacral chakra. Glands and organs impacted by this chakra include the lymphatic system, female reproductive organs, large intestine, pelvis, and bladder. The solar plexus chakra. The Sanskrit word for this chakra is Manipura chakra, which literally translates to city of jewels. Thus, the solar plexus chakra is the personal power chakra that is responsible for one's personal and professional success. The chakra colors, yellow, of this energy vortexes are associated with fire, energy, change, etc. This element of fire, when balanced and harmonious, allows one to feel more confident, cheerful, and energetic, along with the right amount of respect for self and others. Our sense of sight is associated with the solar plexus chakra. The glands or organs associated with the solar plexus chakra are the adrenal glands. The heart chakra. Anahata chakra, or the heart chakra, is associated with the chakra colors green. This chakra influences our relationships and has the air element. A weak heart chakra is responsible for sabotaging the relationships through distress, anger, and envy, etc. The sense of touch is impacted by the heart chakra, and the glands connected to it are the thymus and lymph. The throat chakra. The Vishuddha chakra refers to our true voice. As the name suggests, the throat chakra, with its chakra colors blue, is associated with the ability to communicate, listen, etc. The glands to which the throat chakra is attached are the esophagus, ears, throat, thyroid, jaws, teeth, and neck vertebrae. The etheric element of the throat chakra, when balanced, allows an individual to have pleasant voice, artistic abilities, expressive ways, and also ability to be in a higher place spiritually. The individuals with a balanced throat chakra are able to meditate well and use their energy efficiently and artistically. The third eye chakra, the Anja chakra, literally translates to center of knowing or monitoring. This chakra is associated with the chakra colors indigo and is connected to the pineal or pituitary gland. Those with a well-balanced brow chakra can have telepathic abilities, charismatic personality, and they often do not have any fear of death. the element of electricity or telepathy, along with the chakra colors of indigo, are associated with our sense of thought. The crown chakra. This chakra is known as Sahasrara chakra in Sanskrit and is associated with the chakra colors of violet or purple. The crown chakra is associated with the pituitary gland, nervous system, and the brain and head region with its elements of light. In its balanced state, this chakra can render individuals the ability to perform miracles, transcend the laws of nature, and have a heightened awareness of death and immortality. Now, according to the great masters and mystics, the journey begins at the base of the spine. There lies the Ida and the Pingala nerve. Imagine a column called the Sushumna, which is not physical, which goes from the bottom of the spine. Here's a definition of the Sushumna from Wikipedia. Sushumna, very gracious, kind, runs along the spinal cord in the center through the 7 chakras. Under the correct conditions, the energy of Kundalini is said to uncoil and enter Sushumna through the Brahma Dwara or Gate of Brahma at the base of the spine. The Shiva Chamanta Treaty on yoga states, for example, that out of 350,000 nadis, 14 are particularly important, and among them, the 3 just mentioned are the 3 most vital. It seems to me that God hardwired each individual human being, to help discover his true nature. The journey begins at the base of the root chakra. Here, the consciousness of me, and me reside. The human being is existing in a state of survival mode. The goal in life is to master each chakra and ultimately arrive at the crown chakra and enter its doors. At this state, one will realize that I am the universe. We are all one. This is our true state of existence. We are all one huge, gigantic family. Each one is responsible for discovering our true nature. The world would be in a better place if we all did this. Ponder this over. So you think that you are hardwired to find God? Maybe in time. Maybe it's time to use your inner key to start the engine.
Endocrine system. The following information came from Wikipedia. The endocrine system is a chemical messenger system comprising feedback loops of hormones released by internal glands of our organism directly into the circulatory system, regulating distant target organs. Our hormone is any of a class of signaling molecules produced by glands and multicellular organisms that are transported by the circular system to target distant organs to regulate physiology and behavior. Hormones have diverse chemical structures, mainly of 3 classes: echosteroids, steroids, and amino acid protein derivatives, amines, peptides, and proteins. The gland that secretes hormones comprise the endocrine systems. Hormones are used to communicate between organs and tissues for psychological regulation and behavior activities such as digestion, metabolism, respiration, tissue function, sensory perception, sleep, excretion, lactation, stress, growth and development, movement, reproduction, and mood. Hormones affect distant cells by binding to specific receptor proteins in the target cell, resulting in change in cell function. This may lead to cell-type specific responses that include rapid changes to the activity of existing proteins or slower changes in the expression of target genes. Amino acid hormones, amines, and peptides or protein hormones are water-soluble and act on the surface of target cells via signal transduction pathways. Steroid hormones, being lipid-soluble, move through the plasma membranes of target cells to act within their nuclei. Endocrine glands are glands of the endocrine system that secrete their products, hormones, directly into interstitial spaces and then absorbed into blood rather than through a duct. The major glands of the endocrine system include the pineal gland, pituitary gland, pancreas, ovaries, testes, thyroid gland, and parathyroid gland, hypothalamus, and adrenal glands. The hypothalamus and pituitary glands are neuroendocrine organs. The hypothalamus gland. The hypothalamus is a portion of the brain that contains a number of small nuclei with a variety of functions. One of the most important functions of the hypothalamus is to link the nervous system into the endocrine system via the pituitary gland. The hypothalamus is located below the thalamus and is part of the limbic system. In the terminology of neuroanatomy, it forms the ventral part of the diencephalon. All vertebrate brains contain a hypothalamus. In humans, it is the size of an almond. The hypothalamus is responsible for the regulation of certain metabolic processes and other activities of the autonomic nervous system. It synthesizes and secretes certain neuromorphines called releasing hormones or hypothalamic hormones, and those in turn stimulate or inhibit the secretion of hormones from the pituitary gland. The hypothalamus controls body temperature, hunger, important aspects of parenting and attachment behaviors, thirst, fatigue, sleep, and circadian rhythms. Pituitary gland. The pituitary gland is a pea-sized gland that sits in protective bony enclosure called the cilia turcica, Turkish chair saddle. It is comprised of 3 lobes, the anterior, intermediate, and posterior lobes. In many animals, these lobes are distinct. However, in humans, the intermediate lobe is but a few cell layers thick and indistinct. As a result, it is often considered as part of the anterior pituitary. In all animals, the fleshy, glandular, anterior pituitary is distinct from the neural composition of the posterior pituitary. Pineal gland. The pineal gland is a small endocrine gland in the brain of most vertebrates. The pineal gland produces melatonin, a serotonin-derived hormone which modulates sleep patterns in both circadian and seasonal cycles. The shape of the gland resembles a pine cone from which it derives its name. The pineal gland is located in the epithelial-thalamus near the center of the brain, between the 2 hemispheres tucked in a groove where the 2 valves of the thalamus join. The pineal gland is one of the neuroendocrine secretory circumventory organs that are not part of the blood-brain barrier. Nearly all vertebrate species possess a pineal gland. The results of various scientific research in evolution biology, comparative neuroanatomy, and neurophysiology has explained the phylogeny of the pineal gland in different vertebrate species. From the point of view of biological evolution, the pineal gland represents a kind of atrophy photoreceptor. In the hypothalamus of some species of amphibians and reptiles is linked to a light-sensitive organ, also known as the partial eye, which is also called the pineal eye or third eye. René Descartes believed the human pineal gland to be the principal seat of the soul. Academic philosophy among his contemporaries considered the pineal gland as a neuroanatomical structure without special metaphysical qualities. Science studied it as one of the major endocrine glands among many. 17th century philosopher and scientist René Descartes was highly interested in anatomy and physiology. He discussed the pineal gland both in his first book, The Tristes of Man, written before 1637, and his last book, The Passions of the Soul, and he regarded it as the principal seat of the soul and the place in which our thoughts are formed. In The Tristes of Man, Descartes described conceptual models of man, namely creatures created by God, which consist of two ingredients, a body and a soul. In the Passions, Descartes split man into a body and a soul, and emphasized that the soul is joined to the whole body by a certain very small gland situated in the middle of the brain substance and suspended above the passage through which the spirits in the brain anterior cavities communicate with those in its posterior cavities. In the late 19th century, Madame Blavatsky, who founded Theosophy, identified the pineal gland with the Hindu concept of the third eye or the Anja chakra. This association is still popular today. Rick Strassman, an author and clinical associate professor of psychiatry at the University of New Mexico School of Medicine, has theorized that the human pineal gland is capable of producing the hallucinogenic drug DMT under certain circumstances. In 2013, he and researchers first reported DMT in the pineal gland of rodents. Thyroid gland. The thyroid gland, or simply the thyroid, is an endocrine gland in the neck consisting of two lobes connected by an isthmus. It is found at the front of the neck, below the Adam's apple. The thyroid gland secretes three hormones, namely the two thyroid hormones, thyroxine and tridothyroin, and calcitonin. The thyroid hormone primarily influences the metabolic rate and protein synthesis, but they also have many other effects, including effects on development. Calcitonin plays a role in calcium homeostasis. The adrenal glands, also known as supraadrenal glands, are endocrine glands that produce a variety of hormones, including adrenaline and the steroids aldosterone and cortisol. They are found above the kidneys. Each gland has an outer cortex which produces steroid hormones and an inner medulla. Pancreas. The pancreas is an organ of the digestive system and endocrine system of vertebrates. In humans, it is located in the abdomen behind the stomach. The pancreas is a gland having both an endocrine and a digestive excretion function. As an endocrine gland, it functions mostly to regulate blood sugar levels, secreting the hormones insulin, glucagon, somatostane, and pancreatic polypeptides. As a part of the digestive system, it secretes pancreatic juice into the duodenum through the pancreatic duct. This juice contains bicarbonate, which neutralizes acid entering the duodenum from the stomach, and digestive enzymes, which breaks down carbohydrates, proteins, and fats and entering the duodenum from the stomach. Ovaries. The ovary is an organ found in the female reproductive system that produces an ovum. When released, this travels down the fallopian tube into the uterus, where it becomes fertilized by a sperm. There is an ovary, from Latin ovium, meaning egg, nut, found on the left and right side of the body. The ovaries also secrete hormones that play in the menstrual cycle and fertility. The ovary progress through many stages beginning in the prenatal period through menopause. It is an endocrine gland because of the various hormones that it secretes. Testes. Testes, or testicle, or testis, is the male reproductive gland or gonad in all animals, including humans. It is homologous to the female ovary. The function of the testes are to produce both sperm and androgens, primarily testosterone. Testosterone released is controlled by the anterior pituitary luteinizing hormone, whereas sperm production is controlled by the anterior pituitary follicle stimulating hormone and gonad, testosterone.